Since October 2020, Australia has went and I really hope you feel water from last week. Yeah, I'm trying to drink my drink. And it's not available. So right now, the companies on Instagram for uh, that doesn't work. Never. No, there we go. this basically is not going to be similar to solid technology. We talk about where it looks at is there's not going to be there's not a track where people are tracking by each other. This is more you're looking at a track where cars around the people. That's not limited. So what I do right here, or as an L2 runs after a and pretty fast like how to be out there. But it traces God has a long time. Also, Christopher Bell was there already on that man. The cost is out. Very cautious today. I say Christopher Bell is having a rough factory. First one out race last week. It's like saying this week possibly. Let's get time for another check for see what happens. Get to a little bit. Family contact against the wall. It probably is because that's what I did right after. So already last 10 years ago, really, really great. As long as no addiction or back it up. Right, no, it's a little bit when it comes around. I listen to what those on the last string. That's really how it is. It's pretty by racing up and down the field, but so far. Bully pushes be a leader once we go free again. That's training about this race too. Will tires be a factor? Will fly more often because it is a day Las Vegas, and it takes the grip away very quickly. Right now, first race, not much going on. You have finished last week. I think it's going to be rare. You never know now. So let's see. Been like so that be a factor that those guys are too tired. I still be able to for less. I think I will just buy them and only a couple laps. Right now, we're on that top on 15, and you get one to go signal from race car. If those guys also be discussed too. There has to get some people to make it to the stage. Larson's video is yeah, Chris Richard and Chase was side by side. Two CDs right by each other. So here we go. The restart. The mountain again. Back here. 16 laps. Seems like so far the top four are holding their own around the corners. First falls back actually. He lost position to see Byron. One Byron catch him. Byron seems like he's better traffic than the other front are. Look at that move by Byron. He goes from the top to bottom. Now going for the lead. Turn one. What a move by Byron. He is wanting to win this race Guaranteed. What a move. But will he be able to clear Briscoe? LaJoy's making a move on the inside. But does not have the same amount as Byron does those 4 French tires. And Byron is another new leader in this race. Still trying to make his way through the field. Logano's continues to fall back. Logano's had 2 bad races past 2 races. He won turn around. So it takes a while for Larson to get past these cars. This is Byron in first place. It seems like Hope has the freshest air, seems to have the best car so far. You get stepped up if he's not track. So Larson is possibly Byron. He's got to get past some Briscoe and but also the drivers now they kind of started a fuel strategy. And I've played a first safety by that one. And now finally you have decided to chase Briscoe to get them move complete on the inside turn 3 turn 4. He's gonna get that chase Briscoe. He's got 1.37 seconds on time. Yeah, we'll see if Larson closes the gap that half widens. 200 meters. there's not as much first that was sort of 500 and that they get rolling on. Oh, oh, wow. There's some bad and there's see what happens. Look at wheel off for especially restricted law. That's not or that's by paper. Not sure that's a little fire or actually they did. You know, with tires, these exactly a bunch of tires they're gonna do today. Let's see, what happened with that because it will develop new it seems like nobody did it like so. Nobody like is used in Legion. I believe it's consistently would only take 2 times. That picture, I think third place on the picture take this right. So you can trace your head. And yeah, I have a feeling that we're going to quite a bit of offense in Las Vegas. No one's missing anything. For some reason, I could tell how great it is. And so, hopefully, the Easter I have cracked down. I'll be interested to see how Kyle Struck will hold up with only taking 2 hires. See, like Byron Larson got past the one like when only 2 shots. This is now who can pass those cards and recards, I believe. Yeah, I'm watching. I think it. Yeah, what? Leaderboard. Yeah, as like you guys say, outstanding. I forgot to mention this one is that like stayed out on that. I really don't think it's a good idea for them to do that again with this. Interesting. NASCAR says they're under a red flag. Didn't see the door on the red flag on the TV, but I think it's going to be clean for Chris Busch accident. So I'll read top 10. Dallas was the first one. Second place, John Hunter. Third, your fourth, Kyle Busch. Kyle was 6. William Byron Jones, he had 8. Wilson, and Corbin George 10. And Russell was the first one to take 4 titles last time. Where Bush and Truex took 2, and the top was down on each check, not taking tires last time.
Looks like it costs a fortune.
Actually, the playscape sectional is just $9.99. Looks like it was crafted by a master carpenter. And I'm every day.
Looks like I could work with this.
Flips.
Cool.
Alright, we'll be back up to green in a moment. So 4 is the lead. The top 3 are not hit, and the other 1 is good. So we're going to see how long they can hold. Here we go. After the red flag, green flag's back in the air. Suarez told his team around the corner, and he is in the lead. Let's see how long we got this taking tires are going to take from. And he comes up all for the hill. That's clear building out front for a bit. Oh, contact by Wallace and Byron. They get it together. And clears the force in play. So let's see. So Suarez, no tires, is going to lead. Larson is not able to take it back after. However, Larson for him to catch up the pass from better ones that are on tires. That wear out 4 times eventually. So Larson has made up the 4th place next to whoever took 4 tires and him himself. Alright, so 3 laps to go. Suarez is in 1st place. Washington State and Larson. Larson's first one with 4 fresh tires. Kyle Busch is out for challenge Suarez for the lead. He's going to try to look up the inside. Still, now he goes to the outside in turn 3 and 4. And still behind Suarez. Suarez is still in the lead on lap 42. So yeah, they are well outside of the West with about 8 points back. Larson is 4 points behind. He's first on 4 fresh tires. But those 4 everywhere all their play for a place. It's not been long before I have a 4 quarterback. So that. So if one is sitting in his face, Christopher Bell blew high on Maxton and crashed into the wall. His death was done there. Then lap 29, Chris Busher lost his right wheel and crashed into the wall. Now got a 10-minute red flag. Then we got back to racing a little bit ago. And Kyle Busch is now side by side with Suarez for the lead. So that's what's going on with 31 laps to go and we're on lap 44. And now finally, Suarez. Larson is trying to move on Suarez that has no fresh tires. He's going to try to get past him as easy as he can. So it's going to be Kyle and Kyle, though. Kyle would Kyle Larson 1-2. had odds coming into the race. I fully believe that he'll win this race. That was not out of T12. Seems like when he do that time, I didn't damage his cover that much. So Bell's going to choose the wins. So Bell first only 0.15 seconds behind Kyle Busch. We could have a battle for the lead shortly. Ryan Busch, Kyle Larson looked pretty outside. It's like Kyle Busch had an air away from Larson. That made him go up the track. So Kyle Busch has the lead at this point. Byron falling back. Byron may have a problem. He's come back to 19th place. Oh, gosh, big break on his grill. He's going to have to get that fixed. He's going to break a lot. Man, a lot of fun after that restart. Yeah, I'm getting that piece of trash off the grill removed. No, they start not good for him. Man, difficult now for Byron to climb back. He's going to be back down after Larson and pile Busch pass. Well, they're going for the lead. But if Larson wants to get the lead, he's going to have to pass Kyle Busch the next few laps before he's going to go away. Question is, did that damage Byron's engine? Does that mean that engine go hot because that went off the grill? So, why are you able to pass throughout the race without any trouble? After that, we'll have to see. We've reached lap 50. There's nothing personal as Kyle should still be out front. And don't worry, guys. I'm looking at the leaderboard. I'm like, back look. Look at that as well. So, yeah, Kyle Busch and Kyle Larson picked up from the field as the rest of them are passing behind them. Now, this is the Mount Special. See if Kyle Larson yeah. No, he had Busch still had him on lap 53. get this obvious. So the 3 months eclipse, 1 hour so far. I would be surprised if Bush does well. Right. See, broadcasting out the board that try it. It's kind of fully. I would Tyler. Seems like Larson is different level now. I think that's why Larson has Bush he doesn't have clean air. And that's a big effect on fans when you're right here. Really, right now, this is one fact. I'm not saying any tires kind of what he's a leader now. So like I said, clean air makes a big difference. Now we got a over lead. Larson's trying to have Bush on the outside. They're still side by side. Well, Larson will take the away from Bush. As Larson has Bush hard, but he gets it done. Larson's leading out. The last 62. So Larson finally got the lead back. I would hold six here, but Larson's massively. We're back on commercial break. As it went on this, you can still see what's going on. you tried further up, it would have 2-5. Yeah, Suarez is falling back to 12th place. Larson is still only 13 laps. Larson's always fast here in Las Vegas. One of his best tracks. After Pittsburgh in 2021, this was the first race he won in the championship season. Right now, 11 laps to go. So Larson is more than a half a second ahead of Kyle Busch. Reddick is 2.5 seconds behind the lead. How is Kyle Busch got track position whenever this stage try to fly pit anyway? Pretty sure Kyle Busch wants to win at his home track again. Has Joey Gallagher been reported of vibration on this week's finish? I'd be okay though. Usually when it's a dirt run, the surface is kind of rough. Cars typically do that. So yeah, so William Byron is the first car lap round. The next caution we hit will be definitely that. Still wasn't big up there, but could have been a lot worse. Now we notice that Larson is up against the wall, trying to find as much grip as he can. Kyle Larson with a dirt racing background, we know he'll do that everywhere. But here comes Tyler Reddick. He's got a fast car as well, and he's trying to make a move on Kyle Busch. And he will get past Kyle Busch. He is now in second place.
And this is a long run, and the tires are going to wear out. So as the tires, that right rear tire a lot of times will wear all the rubber off of the right rear, right down to the cord. So You just don't know where the cars are at this point because of the length of the run. It could be to that point. There's the drop off of the cars that did not come in for at least 2 tires.
So, question is, will Tyler Reddick catch Kyle Larson before this stage ends? We'll see. We got 5 laps to go. Shout out to Corey LaJoy. He's in 7th place in the 7 car. Not that big of a team there, but he is sticking it out in the top 10.
Things have changed here a little bit, and he's running the top of the racetrack, so he's see him above that top seam right there, running against the fence. And if this migrates into being the fast lane, the guy running first and second will be the best at it. Kyle Larson and Tyler Reddick. Now we know we don't have team orders in NASCAR, but if
did Larson use the stuff trying to pass Kyle Busch, though? That's the question, because Reddick has closed that gap to a second.
You know why? Because I think he's my biggest competitor. So I would do everything I can do. That's okay. I'm lapping him. I got your number now. I tell you who's got the number, and that's the 45 car of Tyler Reddick. But here's a battle for third. Busch, Truex, and Gibbs all fighting for third here.
So 2 laps to go in stage 1.
That's a bold move by Ty Gibbs trying to go 3.
Got a battle between Truex, Busch, and Gibbs for 3rd place. 1 Chevy and 2 Toyotas. Here we go. Reddick has closed that gap to less than half a second now. Because we got 1 lap to go in stage 1.
1 to go in stage 1. Kaz Grala should be able to stay on the lead lap. That's important to William Byron.
Reddick really wants that stage point. That's why he's trying to catch Larson. He's about 4 car lengths back. Really using that bottom. Larson keeping it at the top. But here comes Reddick using all his speed. Cannot get past Larson. Larson's going to get the point for stage 1. Got really close there. Larson might have been saving his stuff, but he won the stage. So Kyle Larson is your stage winner. Reddick is in 2nd. And we'll see who's gotten 3rd, 4th, and 5th.
Wait, you like Dr. Pepper Zero Sugar?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm going to take a quick break real quick. I'll be right back. P for Chevy.
When I was your age, we never had anything like this.
What? Wi-Fi?
Wi-Fi that works all over the house, even the basement.
The basement. And finally throw that party and invite Shannon Barnes. Dreams do come true. Full Wi-Fi with wall-to-wall coverage on all your devices, even whenever. Maybe we'll even get married one day.
I wonder what I'll be doing.
Probably still living here with mom and dad. Fast, reliable speeds right where you need them. That's wall-to-wall Wi-Fi on the Xfinity 10G network.
The 3 for Me, only at Chili's, serves up bottomless drinks, bottomless chips and salsa, and a cheeseburger and fries for just $10.99. Good luck finding that delicious value in the drive-thru, because you won't. This Chili's, the best $10.99 you can eat.
Hey, man, Gate 6 wearing a gray shirt.
Awesome.
I'll pick you up in 2 minutes.
Toyota Racing is looking for iron stomachs that can stand the pressure. This season, we want you. Join us at Toyota Racing. Toyota Racing is looking for quick draw thumbs that lead leave their own smoke trail. This season, we want you. Toyota Racing.
The XFL in the United States Football League have announced plans to merge.
Ball is here to stay.
This is bring together two of the best spring leagues we've ever seen. The United Football League has arrived. Spring just got stronger. Here we go. Stage 1 is complete in the Pennzoil 400, presented by Jiffy Lube in Las Vegas Motor Speedway.
Well, my team couldn't have won that race last
All right, I'm back, guys.
Hitting their marks on pit road. So let's see Team 99 for track now.
I don't think pit stops happened yet, so I made it back in time. So Kyle Larson barely won stage 1. Tyler Reddick almost caught up to him, but he gets to stage 1.
Two-time CrossFit Vitality champion. For the 99 car for Daniel Suarez, former Rutgers football player. And that's the team that got Daniel Suarez in position to win. In stage 1, 4 Chevys, 5 Toyotas, and Austin Cindric's 4. Stage point.
So yeah, Ford seems to be doing pretty terrible this race. Only Austin Cindric in the top 10 getting stage points there. I've noticed during the first 2 races of the season, Ford would dominate and they would never finish it off.
Well, you should have a pretty good read on everything that's happening with today's conditions, with the sun being out and the less wind, and in a whole run there, I know that the scuff tires and the 2 tires are going to give you a little bit of a misread, but overall, you should have had a pretty good view of everything that's happening, and also know if you can pull some strategy at the end of the race. But those guys were able to hold on for a pretty short amount of time with the 2 tires, and they cycled right back through the field as the run went on. And so I think that the 2 tire strategy is going to be something that you have to do only for a really, really short amount of time.
Keep in mind that Suarez and McDowell and Nemechek have an extra set of tires because they did not stop on the last caution. They have at least an extra pair over most of the teams here.
And that could come into play later in the race. You just never know how these cautions are going to fall. Last year we had a pretty straightforward race. The cautions didn't fall, and they green flag pit stops. And in this one we hadn't had a green flag pit stop. So this has been a pretty interesting start.
Here we go. Pit road is open, and of course everybody's going to go down. Man, you'd be stupid if you decide to stay out.
Through a number of different transitions through that run, ultimately ending up too loose on exit, and then in the middle just a little bit. Team told them they felt that was because of the 2 tires they took on the previous.
We'll see who takes 2, who takes 4, and who takes none. But I'd definitely take tires.
Tyler Reddick's in a hole when it comes to points. Their goal is to get some stage points and finish this one out. So, second on the board, they'll tighten them up just a little bit.
Oh, Reddick had a back in his pit box.
They're going to tighten him up just a touch.
You see Tyler Reddick? I saw he got into the box.
But Truex and Hamlin make it out before Larson.
Mistake for Tyler Reddick. One lead lap driver did not pit Castrollo. So he is the
Did Truex take tires though? It said he didn't take tires.
wins the race off pit road. Kyle Larson picking up right where he left off here last fall.
We'll see what happens in stage 2.
Find out where it goes down. Lives are at stake.
Our comms have to work.
Where the mission won't.
That's why I partner with Verizon Frontline, the network that truly prioritizes first responders.
So we don't worry about getting through. And they're the most reliable 5G network in America. Out here, reliability is everything.
Extreme or routine?
So yeah.
The number 1 network of choice in public safety. Learn more. It's your mission. It's your Verizon.
This is Ford Truck Month. With amazing offers.
Make sure I write my notes this time because I forgot to write under the Atlanta race.
The event that only comes around once a year. Featuring the new 2024 Ford F-150 and Ford Super
So it seems like Truex and Hamlin got off pit road. Yeah, the Gibbs drivers are strong here. So they're definitely going to give a battle to Larson.
The Barn Bar. The county's best hangout. Just got better. Here's to living smooth. The always smooth, easy drinking Keystone Light.
You love pizza just as much as we love pizza. So we're bringing you our favorite offer yet. For a limited time, get a large one-topping pizza for $8.99. Only at Papa John's. Better ingredients, better pizza.
We've come a long way together. From dirt tracks to super speedways and every track in between. Never backing down. Pushing boundaries. Giving it everything we've got. Yeah, we've come a long way. But there's still a lot more road to run. Goodyear, the official tire of NASCAR.
Yep. Now we're back from commercial break.
NASCAR on Fox is sponsored by Unbank. 85 laps complete, end of stage one. Kaz Grala is made.
We've completed 85 laps.
Is the race.
Truex is going to be first, Hamlin second, and Larson third. Corey LaJoie is having a good day. He's in fourth place.
Joy to call most of the last lap because nobody really wants to hear us call the last lap. Mike does a much better job at that. And Clay got him so jacked up, and it was just, that was all natural Clay. And he was going crazy, and I put my arm around him because I kind of got
Steady him.
like, oh, this is pretty exciting, and he's making me excited, and I didn't want to get in the middle of those two talking, so I just kind of let it all play out and watch the end of the race.
Well, let's hope the fans were excited too. Join Kevin every Tuesday and Thursday for NASCAR's #1 on the charts podcast. Happy Hour, presented by NASCAR on Fox.
Yeah, we've been having fun with that the last couple of weeks. We got SVG on this week to talk about everything he's done with his racing career, and who knows where we'll go. We'll tell you our secret word that we already got.
All right.
Hey, who knows? Steve Phelps may stop by the podcast one week.
So we'll see. Well, Larson has gotten the lead the past couple of times. He's not had the lead on the restarts. We'll see if he can get past Hamlin and Truex, but that's a whole nother animal because they're both have the same fresh tires. But it seems like to me that the Chevys are better on the shorter run and the Toyotas are better on the long run. And that showed right there whenever Reddick was closing in on Larson.
Here's a look at it.
So Larson's going to lead his race. He's going to have to get past Hamlin and Truex as quick as he can without wearing his tires out.
After they just completed the stop, and what a look inside the sport. Those guys on the
Most exciting thing about racing.
to the success of your day.
9.94 seconds.
There you have it.
You know, that equals D1, baby. Thank you, boys.
Yeah, Reddick had a bad stop, and he's all the way back in 16th.
There's a look at Monster Energy Cam on board Tyler Reddick. We listened in there.
Let's see what happens. Now he came into his pit box well.
Thank you, Tyler Reddick. I appreciate that confirmation. Just had the argument with my counterpart here in the booth. The front tire's locked up because these pit boxes are so slick and that is so easy to do.
I see. He locked his tires up, so he had to back out like that.
See Ty Gibbs coming out. I think there's a little bit of contact off the side.
Oh, Ty Gibbs and Larson made contact going off pit road. Will that affect Larson at all?
I didn't notice it. I didn't see the front tire lock up, Kevin, but I definitely noticed that car. He had those lines in his pit box, and it was a good 2 feet inside of where it needed. Now, well, if you need my glasses on, you can borrow them.
So on lap 89, we'll be racing once again. Hamlin, Truex are side by side, going through the restart zone. Green flags back in the air. Here we go. We'll see what else is going to happen in this stage.
Cars on the lead lap with the addition of William Byron, who got the free pass. And is back in contention. 2 Toyotas, 2 Chevys, and then the rest of the field. LaJoy making a move on the outside of Mark Truex Jr. for second.
Oh, look at this. Corey LaJoy's in the battle right now. He is up to second place. Imagine if LaJoy wins this race. That'd be insane. Still has yet to win a race in his career. Came close to Atlanta a couple of years ago, but got taken out on the last lap. Truex had to back out right there. Almost got into him.
Moved by Martin Truex Jr. and Corey kind of pulled that car up from going all the way to the bottom. And Martin Truex Jr. is going to get position on the inside.
Here we go. Hamlin's in the lead right now.
Jamie?
Tracks like he did the last 2 weeks, but he is so happy with the car, you guys. He said, I don't want any adjustments. My entry is good. I think he's the only
Larson making it 3 wide on Truex and LaJoy. Will Larson be able to complete that? No, he can't. He stays side by side with Truex. Bold move right there. Could have went wrong, but Larson, that's what you got to do to win this race. And Larson does get past Truex Jr. So it's Hamlin first and Larson second. See, Kyle Busch is giving Corey LaJoy a push going through the tri-oval.
He was always the best Ford for the most part in the races, and here he is again, leading the Ford charge.
LaJoy still in fourth. Kyle Busch is trying to take fourth spot away from LaJoy. There he is on the outside. Gives the peace sign, and he is past Corey LaJoy.
There's always 2 parts to these runs, and we saw at the end of the last run, the Toyotas really start to move forward. And now they've worked themselves forward.
Now, will Larson be able to chase down Denny Hamlin? May take a restart for him to do that, but we'll see if Larson's able to run Hamlin down. But like I said, I think Toyotas are better on the long run, so I think Hamlin may have this stage locked up as long as there's not a caution. But don't get me wrong, Hendrick cars are fast here, as Larson's won a few races here.
You do all that work to get past all the cars that you got past, and now you got to do it all over again. So,
8th place, Ross Chastain, trying to take a spot from Alex Bowman. Bowman comes back on the outside.
well, we really saw one car, Ross Chastain, that first run, to really come on the second half of the run there, the long run at the interstate. We know his car is really good as we get going forward, and the more you can protect that track position at the beginning of these runs.
Larson has cut that lead down to almost a half a second, though. He's trying his best to catch up to Hamlin. Larson may have the better car, too. And Fords have been terrible today. The highest Ford right now is Blaney, and he's the only Ford in the top 10. It's crazy. It seems like they struggle throughout the season, and then somehow they win the championship. You saw that with Logano in 2022, and then last year, Ryan Blaney won the championship. And in that way, I think they're sleepers.
Yeah, and he's had a great run so far today.
Holding pretty well. Doing a great job. That 77 car, I think you're going to see a lot of him this year. I like that kid. He's in a good ride. Just needs to win all the laps today. Experience. 0.6 of a second in front of Kyle Larson. Martin Truex another half second back.
Yeah, it seems like the gap between first and second has pretty well leveled out. About the same as it was a couple of laps ago, but Larson's still staying in the picture.
Back in ninth place, Christopher Bell. Remember, back at lap 10, he brought out the first caution of the day when the right rear tire went down. Here's Bell on the way his day has gone so far.
Flat tire. Right rear. You got two more, one more, clear there. Caution's out. Just take care of it. Don't let her miss it. Right rear. I feel better than the guys in front of me, and I keep moving forward. I feel in a good spot right now. That will be fine.
Well, Larson is closing the gap on Hamlin, though.
This thing's really good right now.
Won't be very long until Larson catches up to Hamlin.
I'd say everything's more than just okay. He got his way back to the top 10.
He's cut that lead to a half a second. It was cut it down to about a tenth.
Self-diagnosed. Third place, couple former champs, Martin Truex, Kyle Busch. Neither one wanted to live for that corner. Yeah, Truex had to.
Kyle Busch gets past Truex for third place.
267 are complete, and Denny Hamlin has been out in front for 12 laps. He leads Kyle Larson by half a second.
Nothing comes close to this place. I can still come here. You see, I was diagnosed of HCM, and there were some days I was so short of breath, I thought I'd have to settle for never stepping foot on this trail again. I became great at making excuses, but down on me. So I talked to my cardiologist. I said to him,
So yeah, we're back to commercial break.
he told me about a medication.
Look at the leaderboard.
He said Pennzoil works by targeting
Hamlin's still in the lead in front of Kyle Busch.
so he prescribed it. And
Larson, excuse me. Busch is behind Larson in third place. Larson seems to be cutting that gap down slowly. So that tells me Larson may have a better car than what Hamlin has.
So do not stop, start, or change medicines or the dose without telling your healthcare provider. You must have echocardiograms before and during treatment. Seek help if you experience.
Okay, so since we're on commercial break, we're going to see what other streamers are thinking of this race so far. Let's see what Darian has to say. Let's see. So we're back. Larson is in the lead now. He took it from Denny Hamlin during commercial break. It just seems like Larson has the better car right now.
Yeah, now that he's out front, he's really able to put about that's a little over a tenth and a half on the second, third place cars. And getting that clean air is such a huge deal. And being able to finish that pass and is something that he wanted to get done as soon as possible so that he can start to get a little bit of lap time out front, build that distance.
Three Chevys, two Toyotas in the top five. Blaney is the first.
So it seems like Larson's race to lose so far.
Kyle Larson leading the way.
I think the only driver that could beat him today is Byron, and Byron had some issues earlier. The race is not over yet. He's probably still making his way to the front. And I don't see Byron on the leaderboard at all. So he's having a hard time trying to get through this field. As on my dashboard, Byron's in 26th. And he could be having a little bit of engine issues too because of his engine overheating earlier with the debris on his grill.
So Chevy's 1, 2, and 4 with being Corey LaJoy.
Corey LaJoy is impressing me. I really thought he'd fall off. Obviously, an awesome pit stop put him in that scenario, but he's holding tough up there, doing a good job there. Great company, Spire Motorsports. That is stiff competition they're running with.
Corey LaJoy is still staying up in the front, but he's getting passed by Truex Jr. and he falls back to 5th place. Still in the top 5 there. What a run for him.
Could this be Spire Motorsports' season to break through?
Absolutely, and it's Corey LaJoy's time. He has put in the time. He is struggling there. I mean, they were a back marker, right? And they've grinded it out, figured it out. They've got some money in that thing. They've got teammates now. First time he's ever had teammates. Look at the difference it's making. A win's coming in his future.
Well, to his inside is Ryan Blaney, who's going to go by here for 5th place. Regan.
Ryan Blaney, the top running forward right now, as we see him clear himself in front of Corey LaJoy. A little contact there, even having a good day though.
Let's see.
Early on, that race car was so tight it was chattering the front tires to the center of the corner. He and crew chief Jonathan Hassler working through that, found a way to get it to where now the car is turning good. He's happier with the car all the way right now.
All right, 33 laps complete in stage 2, which is 5 laps longer than the first stage at 85.
All right, so we're on lap 113.
Almost a second.
So
Standing guard among the last grade of new spaces. This earth. Those wagons coming.
I wonder who Darian's going to beat this week. All right, not really much going on there. We're on commercial break.
12 minutes.
So I believe the only car out of the race so far is Chris Buescher, as Bell did recover from his accident earlier. Yeah, Buescher's out of this race. Zane Smith is 5 laps down. JJ Yelly's 2 laps down. And Kaz Gralla is the last car on the lead lap. So now, as we go back to commercial break, Kyle Larson's still in the lead. Kyle Busch did get past Hamlin. So it's between Larson and Kyle Busch for the race so far.
tires, 12 lead changes, 34 cars on the lead lap. Wallace has come to pit road, so
And green flag pit stops going on. Bubba Wallace is in the pits, and so is Ricky Stenhouse Jr. So is Ryan Blaney. So green flag pit stops going on at this moment.
So that they can leapfrog the guys that they're racing around. Regan?
Well, we just talked about Ryan Blaney and how that car is turning better for him right now this run. The problem with that, it transitioned to just a little bit too loose on the entry. Both ends of the racetrack, turn 1 and turn 3.
Austin Dillon's in Suarez making his stop. Ryan Preece
Getting Hamlin from third.
Sarvalento and Martrex Jr. I think that's Gibbs behind him.
So yeah, we got green flag pit stops going on.
Force everybody's hands to get on pit road. So
Is Busch gonna pit? Let's see. Hamlin's pitting.
McDowell, Byron,
Let's see if any of them try to leapfrog him at the front.
Gibbs on pit road. Bowman's in his box. Logano, the pole sitter.
Well, if you're a little bit ahead in the first place, you can't afford to stay out for a little bit, but not too long, because you'll lose that lead eventually. But then you'll have fresher tires than the other drivers, and that's what your goal is. And Larson's come down pit road. Don't speed, Larson, please. I picked you for this race. Do not speed. Make sure it's an error-free pit stop for him, too. Let's see, he's taking 4 tires. It's a little slow on the left front, but they get it going. And he is making his way off of pit road. Yeah, so pretty much everybody's pitting. Austin Cindric got a penalty for too fast entering.
Because you have to do all your braking all the way around the banking to get to pit road. It's really
I wonder if anyone's going to try to stay out and hope for a caution.
the banking, right? You were telling me yesterday. Really
If I were Byron, you have a fast car. I'd stay out as long as you can.
these guys get in.
And it seems like Larson has cycled back up to the lead. Hamlin's in second, Blaney's in third. So Kyle Busch lost a couple of positions on pit road after that cycle.
You see Ryan Blaney's going to be third right there. Kyle Larson and Denny Hamlin 1-2. But Ryan Blaney, he leapfrogged a couple guys on that pit stop.
And Ross Chastain pitted as the leader. Too fast entering.
And that's all the stuff that you.
So too fast entering for Ross Chastain too. So Chastain's going to lose a lap.
Not speed. I know we want to get as much time as we can, but we can't have penalties on pit road.
Do not beat yourself.
Do not beat yourself. 100%.
All right, the green flag cycle is complete, but for the penalty drives down pit road.
So 43 laps to go in stage. Shoot, Larson's still in the lead after the cycle pit stops. Hamlin's in second, Blaney's in third, Busch is in fourth, Gibbs is in fifth, Truex Jr. is in sixth, Chastain's seventh, Reddick is in eighth place, Joey Logano's in ninth place, pole sitter, and Corey LaJoie is in 10th place. So it seems like sloppiness on pit road has cost some drivers here.
Use scuffs if we get, top of each other. So, just be ready. Like all those.
Kyle Larson's got about less than a half a second lead on Denny Hamlin
And most of the teams did
after those green flag pit stops.
at least 2 scuffs on back at the caution of lap 10.
Fantastic. According to plan, boys. Great job.
Penalty stop, that's the Kubota cam on Ross Chastain's car. And that will cost you at pit road speed, I guess, about a lap and a half to make that drive down pit road, get back up to speed, and lose about a lap and a half to the leader by the time you're back at speed. Lap and a quarter, lap and a half. 125 laps complete.
I mean, Larson and Hamlin has some history on mile-and-a-half tracks. Last year, Hamlin spun Larson on the final lap to win the race. So it's probably going to be an interesting battle between them, too. Well, It's commercial break, so I'm gonna pee for Chevy. So I'll be right back.
Powering things on the go. We're going from 0 to 60 in under 4 seconds. Smart can only be called F-150. So, what'd you get?
2 Nashville hot and orange tenders.
Nice. But
Classic tenders.
4 big butt flash, 4 of a kind. I win.
Oh, okay. Is it always a competition?
Shrimp butt.
Planning to move? Join the 6 million families who discovered a smarter, more flexible way to move with Pods. Save up to 20% now for a limited time. You're moving across town or across the country. Save percent at pods.com today.
The Barn Bar. The county's best hangout. Here's to living smooth. The always smooth, easy drink. Stone Light. Baby, you're unbelievable. Do you recognize?
It's comfortable.
The seat. Tell your driver when you return the car, we'll fill it up for you.
Nice to have a little. And you. Oh, legit to status. Drive tracker.
My ticket only costs $5. T-Mobile. We got a special rate on my Hilton stay.
T-Mobile. Good night.
You don't need to be famous to get premium benefits from brands you love. That's Magenta Status.
Fastest place to place. Mine smells the worst. And every spoon we gather around and celebrate. Sharpening iron. But in order to take it all home, you need nerves of steel. The big one is back. Get your tickets now at TalladegaSuperspeedway.com. Closing on halfway, 130 laps complete, 137 to go here in Las Vegas. Kyle Larson leading Denny Hamlin now by almost 2 seconds. Hamlin picked up a spot in the pit road exchange there when everybody came in under green.
Well, when these fields get strung out like they are right now, you want to be able to try to leapfrog the cars that you're racing around, especially if you feel like you're faster, and be able to get by them under a pit strategy, because it's just easier to pass while you're under the strategy or on pit road.
Yeah, utilize the strategy, right? And that's exactly what you do. Short pit them, take advantage of a good pit stop. We listened to his crew chief talking about that plan pre-race, and then they knocked it out of the park. I mean, that is execution at its finest right there.
29 cars on the lead lap. Ross Chastain, who had a penalty pass through, he is the first car 1 lap down. That's some audio on Kyle Larson and changes they've made.
Okay, I'm back, guys, and Larson's still in the lead.
Well, we talked about it in pre-race. It was Kyle Larson versus his right rear tire, and why we say that is because he can run his car looser than most people. But you hear Cliff talk about the fact that they need to take.
So Larson's in the lead. He has opened that gap to about 2.5 seconds almost on Denny Hamlin. So Denny Hamlin has fallen back. It's been Larson domination today.
Now, Corey LaJoy, who just lost 9 spots to Chase Elliott, had some issues on pit road. Jamie?
Like we talked about how well he's been running today and what a great stop they had the time before last week. This is what happened most recently when he came in the pit. Watch that right rear. They could not get that plug nut back on. You see him signaling, wait. He's trying to get it back on. Have to wait. Valuable time. But he's fighting his way back.
So LaJoy had some trouble on pit stops. That's why he had to pit there.
Been in the top 10 most all day. Connor Reddick 7th right now.
Reddick has a good car, too. He is in 7th place after restarting 16th a little bit ago. Seems like he survived for the pit stops. And right now, Byron's in 16th place. He's about to pass Flores for 15th. So Byron is slowly making his way back up the field.
car, still his teammate William Byron. He's just got a long road to hoe still to get there.
Well, I think that it's still running.
Yeah, 350 degrees. That's pretty hot.
I bet Kyle Busch's last few
So Kyle Busch has gotten back past Hamlin. Seems like Kyle Busch has the third best car throughout this race. I think it's Larson, Byron, and Busch that have the three best cars. All that Larson has to do is just stay in first place and just keep in that clean air, and I think he'll win this race. Pit crew cannot make any mistakes either.
It also tells you something about the speed of his car because he's able to hang right with Kyle Larson, and I think with the clean air being up towards the front, obviously.
So Larson has opened that gap more than 3 seconds. So Larson's in a field of his own so far.
This is the first regular season downforce mile and a half package. Larry's told us about the speed conversation, the downforce, drag, and everything in between.
The only other Hendrick driver in top 10 right now is Chase Elliott in 9th. Chase Elliott has been quiet most of the day, but he's made his way to the top 10.
We've seen Ty Gibbs being as high as anybody going through turns 3 and 4 for as long as anybody has been doing it. So he's definitely got a good car today, especially on the long runs. But he's got options. I like that because
So we have a little more than 120 laps to go, 26 to go in stage 2. So we still got quite a bit of a race left. As if you missed it, Larson's in the lead. He took the lead from Hamlin the last restart, and he's mainly stayed out there throughout pit stops too. And he's has a 3.5 second gap. As Hamlin has fallen back to third place, Byron engine overheated whenever he got debris on his grill, and he had to get pit for that and got a lap down. And he's managed to make his way back up to 4th. He's passing Bowman, so I think that's 16th. The Fox board may be broke, but he's somewhere around there. So I believe Byron's going to be the only one that has a chance of beating Kyle Larson if he ever gets back up there.
That'll be lap 165. In the second stage, Kyle Larson leading. We'll take you box side by side.
As we're back to commercial break.
Smooth survival skills. Should you become stranded, be ready to signal rescuers.
Phone's going to die soon, so I better get charged whenever it gets to stage break.
How long have I been on here?
12 minutes.
So what's up, Donkey? Donkey. Oh, what's up, Frank? So, this race hasn't been terrible so far. Larson has been dominating, though. I think it's going to be between Larson and Byron, if Byron can make it back up to the front. But it seems like Larson has the best car, Byron has the second best car, and Kyle Busch has the third best car. Yeah, it's kind of boring, but that's kind of how like mile and a half tracks are. I hope I get free points. I need them. I need every single penny I can get. But yeah, so Larson has been the dominant car today so far. Only Logano led like a couple laps at lap 3 until lap 3. Then Byron led for a little bit. But I'm impressed by Corey LaJoie. He's in 10th place right now. He's doing great for Spire Motorsports, so I wouldn't be surprised if he gets a top 10 today. So, that's pretty much all that's going on. But I can tell the Toyotas are better on the long run because when it got to stage 1, Reddick closed in on Larson by a lot. And I have a feeling that Toyotas might do that too. I don't think Hamlin will. I can tell Hamlin's car is not that good. But we'll see. Still a long race left. 19 laps to go. We're on lap 147 throughout the race. So, yeah, we got about 120 laps to go. So you never know what will happen. I was afraid we were going to get a lot of cautions because I thought we were going to have a bunch of tire problems because we had Bell and Buescher bring out some cautions. But other than that, the race has been pretty quiet. So we're back from commercial break now as Kyle Larson has made that gap bigger and he's 4 seconds ahead of Kyle Busch. Hamlin's in third. So let's see. Oh, we got Elvis impersonator. Of course, this is Las Vegas. Las Vegas is definitely known for Elvis. So we're back from commercial break, and Kyle Larson still in the lead by 4 seconds. I mean, I wouldn't coast yet, but he basically just has to coast these next 15 laps. Yeah, I definitely think Byron's the only one that can beat Larson, but Byron's engine's probably weakened after what happened earlier. I want to jinx Larson though. Knock on wood. So now Larson's making his way through lap traffic. I mean, of course, this race is not as interesting as the past two because it's not restrictor plate racing, but I'd have to say the restarts have been a big part of this race being really interesting. People going 3-4 wide, trying to get track position. Other than that, I mean, it's just been Larson domination today. I mean, Larson lost a couple tenths, but he was trying to get past lap traffic. As the pole sitter Logano's in 8th place. He is the only noise he's made this race was the first 3 laps, and then Larson was gone. I mean, it hasn't been like a boring race, but I wouldn't say it's been an exciting one. Yeah, I'm not sleeping, so. So we got about 12 laps to go until the stage ends. That'd be nice for me to get another stage point. So let's see. Yeah, Byron's still trying to work his way back to the front as he's trying to get past Chase Briscoe for 12th place. And he does make that pass. But Byron's 17 seconds behind Larson, almost half a lap behind him. I think Reddick has like the 4th best car too because he's making his way through traffic after having a bad pit stop. He is got past Blaney for 4th place. So I think Reddick's also a threat to win too, other than Larson. But like I said, it seems like Toyotas are better on the long run. But he's behind Larson by 5.5 seconds. But he also has to get through this traffic that. Oh, Christopher Bell has spun around. Second caution he's caused today. And he spun. With 9 laps to go in stage 2. Caution's out. We'll have to see how he spun around here. But this will be interesting. Will people pit this caution, or will they wait to pit to get some stage points? Let's see. It seemed like Bell got in the air and got loose, and the car just went around. Second caution he's brought out today.
But a lot like last week when we were at Atlantic Lake, we see those cars kind of halfway poked out with that right front fender.
It's a wonder no one else was involved there.
The car can get freer, especially if you're on the verge of being too free anyway.
All right, so Kyle Larson had not quite lapped Harrison Burton. So Derek Kraus gets the free pass.
Yeah, just overcome his run 14th there with, again, I say he's digging out of that hole that the right rear tire had him with a flat tire that first run. Now we're right back to where we started.
Yeah,
But it seems like no harm, no foul for Byron. Not Byron. Bell.
And the reason that you floor the car is it drives the car down the hill to keep it from backing up the racetrack and hitting the fence.
The other thing you don't do is overcorrect. These cars, the tires are the left side weight. It was a heads up.
So, seems like Bell, all he has to do is get some tires, and he's back into this race.
Pit road will be open this time.
Let's see who pits and doesn't pit. This is going to be interesting.
Like that.
And pit road will be a busy place, even with 8 to go. Stage 2, Regan.
Seems like pretty much everyone is pitting. I mean, looks like Cedric's not pitting. But we'll have to see what it looks like after these cars pit. So, see what everybody else does. It looks like Larson's getting 4 tires here. And he beats Hamlin off the pit road. The only one that beat Larson off pit road was Bowman, and he took 2 tires. Josh Berry had a difficult time getting out of pit road, but he finally did. Seemed like Ty Gibbs is having an issue on pit road.
Let that tire go, guys. Get that tire.
Oh, that's gonna be equipment and pit guy out of the box. Bad pit stop by Ty Gibbs.
Yeah, I want to go back to your comment about Josh Berry having trouble getting out of the pits. These cars they don't turn very well when you're in a pit stall, so it's really, really difficult to be able to get the car turned to the right to get out of the pit box. When they're going fast, they're really.
Did Bell just stay out after he spun? You'd think he needs better tires after that. That doesn't make sense. I mean, maybe waiting a pit because he caused the caution. I'm not sure.
Brad Keselowski, who was a little deep in his box, not waiting, but he had to back up to get out, and that's why he was back there. Uncontrolled tire for Ty Gibbs. That will be a penalty. Next Sunday on Fox, the NASCAR Cup Series goes to the Arizona desert.
Yes, we'll be racing at Phoenix next week at 2:30 the same time.
3:30 for the Shriners Children's
From 1 week today. So
Sunday on Fox.
it's interesting to see who's going to win at Phoenix. I think it's going to be Larson or Byron because Phoenix is a pretty good track for him as well. But Blaney has done well at Phoenix. So. We'll see.
Well, you don't need a much, so second.
Well, but if there's parts rolling around in that transaxle, that could cause further issues.
Yeah, it is definitely not a situation because of that scenario there, in my opinion.
Seems like Ty Gibbs is having some issues.
That's where you're gonna have trouble. First year, that's definitely exiting pits. Already had trouble, right? Now we got to control tire. Now we're gonna start at the back.
Yeah, and that was just a bad cycle of circumstances right there.
So right before stage 2 ends, we had Bell go for a spin. And the only driver to take 2 tires during this caution was Alex Bowman. Those are cars who saw the free pass, so. And I forgot Chastain had that penalty earlier. And Cindric did, so. Yeah, I completely forgot all that happened. See me, Bowman and Larson on the front row. I think Larson's easily going to get this lead here. He's the only guy that took, or Bowman's the only guy that took 2 tires, and Larson has taken 4 tires. So should be easy for Larson to get past Bowman, but you never know. Larson could have a bad restart.
You saw him looking at it. He didn't want to believe it, but that was a good heads-up move. You hate to do that, but you have to do that. That wheel can also.
And it seems like Kyle Busch didn't have a good stop, so he's going to have to do some work to get back up to the front. Byron's in 11th. Byron's slowly creeping up to the top. It's like the movie Jaws with him. So we got 5 laps to go until stage 2 ends.
It does, because we were doing pretty good on the tire count. Most of them had only used about 4 sets. Remember, they have 9 sets, including when they started to race some of the qualifiers. So yeah, definitely. It's different folks and different strategies to set some tires off. Because remember, we've got over 100 laps to go in this thing.
And we now have 30.
Here we go, stage 2. Bowman's on the inside, Larson's on the outside. We got 5 laps to go.
Base car is in. Bowman and Larson will lead them to 4 laps to go.
Here we go. Man, that Chase Elliott fan looks funny. All right, green flags in the air. Oh, man, they're 3 and 4 wide behind the top 8. 4 wide where Chase Elliott and LaJoy are. Man, like I said, these restarts are crazy. Bowman's in the lead in front of Larson. He's going to try to get a stage win here. Reddick is not far behind Larson either. Larson's got to get past Bowman before Reddick gets there. And Larson's going to be on the inside for the lead. He's going to pass Bowman with 3 laps to go in stage 2. Reddick is also trying to creep up to take the lead too. But he's going to have to battle Bowman first. But I think Bowman might have held him off just enough for Larson to get another stage point.
Oh man, it's getting tight. Bowman's getting tight in the wake of Reddick in front of him. Hamlin to the inside.
It seems like Reddick's really closing in on Larson. I think Reddick has about an equal car to Larson right now.
You're going to have to deal with that 45 for the rest of the day. Make any mistakes. He's rebuilding from his mistake.
All right, let's see who wins stage 1. Come on, Larson, get me another stage point. Let's see. Larson, Reddick. And looks like Larson's going to have to make Reddick pass on the high side. Larson slides up a little bit. And it looks like Larson's going to win this stage right here. He's going to win stage 2. So Larson gets another stage point. But man, Reddick does look strong. Well, I'm going to pee for Chevy. I'll be right back. Take my can with me.
You and me, bad boys. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when we bring your food?
Go Biggie and get all this with the JBC for just $5.
Your pride and joy is measured in acres. Keep them looking their best with versatile utility vehicles, professional grade mowers, and the #1 rated tractor brand for durability and owner experience.
Everything is better. The Bomrica Automotive Group. We've sold over 1 million vehicles by giving you better service with no charge factory maintenance on new vehicles. Better warranties with pre-owned vehicles up to 100,000 miles. And new vehicles get the Bomrica nationwide warranty 10 years, 200,000 miles. That's how we've sold over 1 million vehicles and still counting. Bomrica, Missouri's #1 automotive group. Open 24/7 at bomrica.com.
Can't pick between sausage or bacon? Get both. Grab a sausage McMuffin with egg with savory hot sausage and melty American cheese. Also grab a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit with thick cut apple with smoked bacon. Mix and match tea for just $4.69. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
No matter your plumbing problem, Hosack Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling can solve it with straightforward pricing. You know the total cost before they even start. Call or visit HosackPlumbing.com with over 1,100 reviews. Hosack Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling.
A 300% increase in female welders right here in Pascagoula College. How they're reinventing the welding industry.
All right, I'm back.
Ready to switch to your brain? Fox 2 Easy Weapon. Weather coverage you can count on.
Fox 2 is helicopter coverage you can count on.
So Kyle Larson has been the dominant card today. I have to charge my phone.
Presented by Jimmy Lou at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Kyle Larson over Tyler Reddick, Mayhem, Ryan Lee, and Martin Truex. Here's your aerial coverage provided by Goodyear, following every mile and every moment on NASCAR's road to victory. Goodyear, more driven. So at the end of stage 2, who will come and who will stay out?
Yeah, I mean, drivers have only been out for like a few laps, so it's going to be interesting to see who stays out and who pits here. I mean, honestly, it's a tough call, but I would pit for tires here. You'd have fresher tires than all the other drivers. But you've only been out for a few laps, so it's not really going to make a difference. And you might need to save that extra pair for later. Yeah, only like Alex Bowman. Byron's also pitting. Yeah, if I were Byron, like guys probably like to the back are probably pitting. Because what did they have to lose? So yeah, there's Byron Chastain's getting pit stop, so is John Hunter Nemechek. And Larson's still going to have the lead on this restart. We have passed 100 laps, so we got about 98 laps to go. So we still got quite a bit of time left in this race.
Check the right sides for tightness there. We're under caution, end of stage 2. Kyle Larson, the stage winner over Tyler Reddick. We've come a long way together. From dirt tracks to super speedways and every track in between. Never backing down, pushing boundaries, giving it everything we've got. We've come a
been pretty windy today. Hopefully that fixed my antenna issue. I mean, I haven't really had it going in and out as much, but wind is strong. I think that might have made it worse.
Men tell us when they use just for men
All right.
to eliminate gray. There's a great before and
So I'll give a quick race rundown after the end of stage 2. So we had Larson take the lead from Logano to pole sitter at lap 3. Then we had Christopher Bell blow a rear tire on lap 10. He got back into the race though. And then we had lap 29, Chris Buescher crash after his wheel fell off as he went into the wall, and there was a quick red flag because he had to fix the wall. And then not really much went on after that. Larson won stage 1. Reddick did try to close in to make it interesting, but Larson hold on to win that stage. And then, of course, we had the pit stops go on. Hamlin was in the lead for a little bit after pit stops, but Larson eventually got that back. And then Larson was about 4 seconds in front of Kyle Busch and Hamlin before we had Bell spin out again. He's brought out 2 cautions today. Then we had the race restart for a few laps. Larson once again held on to the stage, but Tyler Reddick is looking strong. So he's going to be a threat to win this race. To eventually beat Larson, possibly. So that's mainly all that's happened today. Byron's still in it, though. He is getting closer and closer to the lead, so he's going to be a factor at the end. I don't think it's working as good.
Chris Buescher, he had some issues. This one off the red flag for a while.
Lost the right front wheel. We actually saw the love that come off, and then they had to go in and had to weld the wall through, and they took about 10 minutes to get this fixed. This though was interesting because Byron had a car we thought capable of winning at one point in the race. Has a little bit of debris get on his grill. He lost a lap and was able to get back on the lap just to be interested to see if he can.
All right. I fixed it, so. The only thing I think that's kept Tyler Reddick from being in the league today was his mistakes. Crew making mistakes, him making mistakes. That's what's keeping him from winning the race, I believe. And Larson's pit crew has been flawless on pit road today.
I know you said that before we came in here, but here's a little nugget for you guys. 4 times in his career, Kyle Larson has swept all 3 stages, looking to do it 5 times today.
Well, that leads us right into our incredible and bank ones to watch, Shannon. So, who not named Kyle Larson? Yeah, you're right.
Well, he's going to have to get the job done. We know Kyle Larson's fast, but the one I'm keeping an eye on is Tyler Reddick in the 45. He is fast. He's keeping him honest. He's been second to Kyle Larson in both stages. But if anybody can beat that car, I think it's Tyler Reddick.
I'm going to pick, unlike you, has been very quiet today, and that's Ryan Blaney. Champ and kind of sneaks up on you really everywhere that we go. And today I feel like he's done that. He's been quiet and right there, and he's sitting in 4th right now.
So, yeah. The only Ford that's been really doing well this race is Ryan Blaney. He's just been quiet, but he could be a factor at the end.
He congratulated everybody for that finish in Atlanta, and I think it was the greatest finish in NASCAR history in which nobody crashed, and that was the point he made on his podcast. So, great. Let's see how he does. Let's see how they do. I think we're all right. I do. I like our picks.
So let's see. It seems like, Larson has been in the lead, but it seems like Reddick's car has been getting better since today has been progressing. So it's going to be interesting to see who can be in the lead. Reddick and Larson will be starting side by side.
It all tips off Saturday on Fox. Wallace with an extended stay on pit road.
Takes a lot of skill though for these cars to go around. Reddick and Larson have dirt experience, and they're both 1-2.
And replace it, hopefully without too much damage to the threads. Meanwhile, the field is coming to green for stage 3. It'll be 95 laps to go.
So here we go. Green flags back in the air to start off the final stage. Larson gets a lot better start than what Reddick does. As Larson's going to be ahead, Reddick is going to lose a couple of spots here. He's 3 wide with Hamlin and Truex Jr. Hamlin is team owner of the 45 car. Is battling him for second. But this is good for Larson because Larson will check out of this. As Larson will lead this lap. But Reddick stays strong on the outside. He's going to take second place. He's going to keep from losing some spots here. Ooh, restart's under review.
One thing that it happens at this particular racetrack, you cannot go below the white line before the start. It'll be interesting to see what this looks like.
But is it under review for Larson or from another driver? No penalty called. Okay, so they called the penalty off. Had me scared for a second. But Elliott is making his way up the field, though. He's trying to battle for 5th place between Briscoe and Blaney. But, man, it is a cluster of cars in the middle of the pack. 3 and 4 wide throughout.
We talked about that. I was talking about before we went green there, Ryan Blaney. He didn't shake out very good on the way all that shook out with the restart there. Lost several spots.
Blaney is 7th and under fire from Austin Dillon. Trying to come back now.
I think Chase Elliott is progressively trying to make his way to the front. He's in 7th place behind Blaney. It seems like Larson is checking out from Reddick. He is about a second and a half in front of Reddick. But like I said, I think Reddick is better on the long run, so I wouldn't be surprised if he passes Larson later. But they're probably going to have to make another green flag stop before this race ends, even if it goes all the way to the end. Don't forget the race last year during the fall. Larson hit the wall and he still kept his car in contention to win.
That's one thing. You get it back here in this mess of dirty air, and that thing's still making hay.
So Larson has checked that out gap to 2 seconds now. Top 10. We got Larson, Reddick, Hamlin, Truex Jr., Briscoe, Blaney, Dillon, Gibbs, and Chase Elliott fall back to 9th, and Kyle Busch is in 10th place. So Kyle Busch trying to battle back from that penalty, or not penalty, is pit crew messing up.
See Carson peeking under the back bumper for the Joy and going on by. But not all the way by. But he's there.
But like I said, Larson's going to be leading right now, but wait until it gets to the long run. It's going to be interesting to see who has the best car then. Larson could also be making sure he gets it to the end, too. Make sure he doesn't use up his stuff. Reddick has been known for using too much of his tires, and then he falls off. Gregson's trying to get in the top 10. He's right behind Chase Elliott. Besides Chase Briscoe, he's the fastest. Oh, contact! Chastain and Todd Gilliland, but they both get it going. As Byron was trying to go for a pass on both of them. That was close.
And we talk about Ty Gibbs and we think he is winning. And this is a great racetrack. Racing in their cars notoriously, whether Xfinity cars, Cup cars, no matter what that is.
It's going to be a difficult choice for me to pick who's going to win this race. Or not this race, next race. It could be Larson, it could be Byron, could be Blaney. I mean, there's like a few cars. Even Chastain, he did well and won the race at Phoenix. But like I said, you got to get through this race first.
He is right now the fastest car on the racetrack. Of course, in clean air. But his lap times, 4/100ths more better than anybody who's chasing.
Yeah, Larson's got clean air, so. So Larson's ahead by 2 seconds still.
Well, right now, I think I'm going to bet on Kyle Busch wins this race. But I'm really happy with what I saw in Austin Dillon. It had to have been some sort of an. That car.
So yeah, we got about 81 laps to go.
On board the Mahindra tractors, Cameron here with Chase Briscoe. He's running fifth right now. He kind of snuck in there on us. He kind of been 10th to 15th, and all of a sudden here he is fifth.
Leading forward in the race, and right behind. Another Mustang.
It seems like the gap has leveled out to 2 seconds between Kyle Larson and Tyler Reddick. Byron was making his way to the front, and then right now on this restart, he just cannot really get past any cars. It seems like so far, Larson has been the best car to get past other drivers. Reddick is starting to close the gap. He's closing about a couple of tenths.
So Kyle Larson leading Tyler Reddick by not quite 2 seconds, Jamie.
Yeah, Fox needs to fix their board because Bubba Wallace is right behind Reddick unless Wallace is a lap down. Yeah, I think Bubba Wallace is a lap down.
Well, last lap, the 45 of Reddick was the only car on the track who was faster than Kyle Larson, and it was by more than 1/10 of a second. So certainly Reddick has speed. 1.5 second lead with 78 to go in the Nevada desert.
Yeah, I believe Wallace is a lap down.
And Truex, let's go side by side.
Let me look at the leaderboard. I believe Wallace is the first car a lap down. I'm curious on how he got a lap down, though. Probably a penalty. Oh, no, he's 12 laps down. Yeah, he had to have something weird happen to him. Be that many laps down.
When I was your age, we never had anything like this. What? Wi-Fi? Wi-Fi that works all over the house, even the basement.
So he's basically trying to help Reddick
So I can finally feel that party and invite
get this lead.
Dreams do come true. Xfinity gives you reliable Wi-Fi with wall-to-wall coverage on all your devices, even when everyone is online.
Maybe we'll even get married one day. I wonder what I'll be doing. Probably still living here with mom and dad.
Fast, reliable speeds right where you need them. That's wall-to-wall Wi-Fi on the Xfinity 10G network.
There's
Oh man, my chat's hilarious.
That's my go-to. That's my rock about. Just like you and me, bad boys. Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when we bring your food? Go.
So this stream has eclipsed 2.5 hours.
I love your dress.
Larson's still in the lead.
I splurged.
Reddick is in second. Hamlin's in third. Truex is in fourth. Blaney's in fifth. Gibbs is in sixth. Briscoe's in seventh. Austin Dillon's in eighth. Kyle Busch is in ninth. And Chase Elliott rounds off the top 10.
Can you say mama? Can
Well,
you say
But I wonder if, let me see what the gap says.
how many people did
Yeah,
you
Reddick has been closing that gap. It was 2 seconds earlier, a few laps ago, and now Tyler Reddick has made that go down to a half, so he's only 1.5 seconds behind Kyle Larson. So I believe on the long run, Reddick does have the better car.
This is the make or break moment. The chance to carve your name into history books. This is the NASCAR Xfinity Series.
All right, boys, I must admit, you got it made right here.
So we're back under commercial break. We're back from commercial break. And yeah, Reddick has closed the gap, and he is less than a second now behind Larson. But also, we still got pit stops coming up, so if it stays under green, it's going to depend on who does well during the pit stops. And with how Reddick's pit crew has been making mistakes, that could be what costs him the race. But we'll have to see.
Now 6 miles per hour different compared to the beginning of the race. That's quite a headwind headed off into turn 1.
Top 10 is still about the same. So, yeah, I think we're gonna have a battle for the lead in about the next few laps as Reddick still closing that gap, almost a half a second behind Larson, about a few car lengths behind. So this race is heating up. Although it's been a little bit boring today, it's gonna get interesting. That's for sure. So yeah, nice 69 laps to go. So I'm not sure when we're going to have green flag stops. I think that could be in the next 15 to 20 laps. And that should last the other drivers to the end. So I think the way that Larson's going to maintain the lead and beat Reddick is if he has a good pit stop and gets ahead of Reddick. Because he has the better car on a short run than what Reddick has. It takes a little bit longer for Reddick to get going. But he's closing that gap on Larson. But man, we have some teamwork going on here as Bubba Wallace, which is like 12 or 13 laps down, is helping his teammate Reddick get to Larson. So we got that going on too. We got 68 laps to go. So far, it's been caution free since the end of stage 2.
Last week's winner, Daniel Suarez, in 18.
Oh, Alex Bowman and Daniel Suarez got into each other a little bit there, but it seems like they're still side by side going into turn 2. Suarez still keeps the position in 18th place. So, it's going to be an interesting race.
If you're going to split this into third,
in about a few laps because Larson is losing the gap to Reddick right now.
We're seeing a lot of people that I think are thinking about just splitting it in half. So, Larry,
But if we get a caution, that's going to change everything. I think anybody in like the top 5 would be able to win this race if we do get a caution.
How about the 5 of Kyle Larson? He has been the class of the field all day. What's their plan?
And the only other driver besides Reddick and Larson, Truex Jr., it's about 3 seconds behind both those cars. So it seems like Larson and Reddick have the best cars right now. It's going to be between them two to who's going to win. Sounds like I'm repeating myself, but there's not really much going on right now, guys. Besides Reddick closing the gap. Whoever's watching, how's your day going? Mine's been all right. I'm glad this race is going on. Reddick has closed that to a 10th with 64 laps to go. But we know these cars will have to hit again before this race ends if it goes all the way to the end. Man, Logano started on pole today, and he has fallen back to 13th. It seems like he's really good in qualifying, but he just cannot back it up in the race. I mean, Logano's terrible. I don't like him. And that's good that he's doing terrible. I want him to do terrible. Okay, back to the race. So yeah, Chase Briscoe's the first car to make a pit stop here. Looks like he's going to get 4 tires. He's going to split the stage. That could help him. That could hurt him. I mean, on the short run, he'll be ahead of a few of the other cars. But we'll see. Will Reddick try to jump Larson? Will Reddick try to pit before Larson and get some track position here? That could be a good idea by his pit crew. But they cannot make mistakes if Reddick has got to be in contention to win this race. Reddick cannot make any mistakes. Bowman getting some tires here. Pulls away. Seems like it's not a bad stop. And the battle has heated up. We got Larson and Reddick. 3 car lengths between each other. As Bubba Wallace has been trying to help Reddick get to Larson this entire run. But he loses a couple of seconds. So we do have a battle heating up. Oh, man. So, 60 laps to go. Larson still in the lead, but we're about to see some pit stops soon. It seemed like Reddick was really catching Larson, but now he's fallen off the past couple of laps. Ty Gibbs is in for a pit stop. His pit crew made a mistake the last time he was on pit road, but will they be able to not make a mistake here? Getting 4 tires. Seems like an okay stop. But he's pretty much, I don't think he's going to win. At most, he's going to get a top 10. Seems like the majority of drivers are going on pit road right now, as Logano and Austin Dillon's on pit road. At this time in the race, your pit crew and yourself cannot make any mistakes, because that can cost you. Yep, Reddick is pitting before Larson. Let's see if he can leapfrog Larson here. Does he have a good stop? All right, of course he's going to get 4 tires. Looks like the tire rolled in the other box there. I wonder if he'll get a penalty for that. All right, Larson's in this lap. So it's down to the pit crew. It looks like Reddick had a good stop. That tire might have got away, though. I don't think that'll be a penalty, but it could be. But let's see. Larson's going to pit. Let's see what happens. Will Hendrick do well in this pit stop? Great stop by Larson. He is already away. Let's see. Is it going to be Reddick or is it going to be Larson in the lead? Presumably. Larson's way ahead of Reddick. He's already into turn 1 before Reddick gets into turn 4. He's already in turn 1, or turn 2, rather, before he gets into turn 1. But yeah, it looks like Reddick had the worst stop. So as I said, it's going to come down to whoever had the best pit stop, and it seems like Larson had the best pit stop.
We can't make the little mistakes. We see these pit roads, speeding penalties, loose wheels, uncontrolled tires, whatever the penalty is, we've seen a lot of it. And now we're running out of time. Right.
All right, try to see if anyone got any penalties. Kyle Busch got caught for pitting out of the box. So Kyle Busch is going to be out of contention for the win today, as he's got to serve a penalty. It seemed like that stop went all right. And as I said, Larson's gone on a short run. It's going to be between Larson and Reddick for the win, for sure. He tried a short pit Larson there, and he just didn't have a good stop, so that's why he didn't get ahead of Larson. I'd say if I had to bet on Larson's pit crew, I'd win probably 99% of the time. They barely make any mistakes. Hendrick has the best pit crew of the sport. So, let's see how many laps we have to go here. Seems like Suarez is trying to play a strategy. Now he's going to pit. It seems like they're waiting until lap 50. That they're trying to get lucky to see if they can get a caution there, and they couldn't get it. So Larson's going to be the leader after these other two cars pit.
And Derek Krause getting his first of 6 starts this year in the 16 for Colin Racing.
So McDowell is now in the lead. I think he's on the same strategy as Suarez. He's only 10 seconds ahead of Larson, and your gap will completely fall if you don't have fresher tires here.
Well, when you're down and out, what do you do? It's time to gamble. And I like this. Let's do something. Maybe it'll pay out for us.
So Larson is about, if I can tell by the leaderboard, he's only about 2 seconds in front of Reddick. So Reddick is going to have to get that gap back that he had whenever he was closing in on Larson for pit stops. And he's got to make sure he doesn't burn his tires either. And Larson, the same thing. But as the leader, you can control the race. So Larson's still ahead here. It seems like that gap is growing.
Yeah, right now the leader, Michael
See?
McDowell,
Pit stop is what cost you.
they're losing a second and a half to Kyle Larson, so that's a lot of time to get on per lap.
Which means if they stay in 5 laps, Larson will be the leader.
And also, because Reddick leapfrogged, he's losing time to Larson because Larson has a flat, fresher tires. Than what Reddick did. So this pit crew cost him the race, possibly, unless we get a caution.
So Larry, you're saying they can split it in half by stopping now, but does Michael McDowell
can run another 12 to 14 laps on its fuel. That would be beyond split.
And it seems like McDowell is pitting right now.
It's absolutely splits the stage straight down the middle.
We'll see how that plays out for him at the end of the day.
See just how slick those pit boxes are right to the first meeting, Kevin. You told us about it.
Yeah, for whatever reason, I don't know if it's the concrete or the rubber on the concrete, but these pit boxes have always been as slick as anyone.
Getting dark in here. I'm about to turn on the lights soon.
So Derek Kraus running in his first ever Cup race.
So Derek Kraus in his Cup debut is going to lead a couple of laps here. Larson is about to take that lead away. As we can finally see. And look at that. Blew right past Kraus. That's the difference between fresher tires and older tires right there. As now, Larson is about a little less than 3 seconds ahead of Reddick with 46 laps to go.
You know what, though? My first race I ever raced was the first win. I win the championship. That's what was unique to me.
Turn the light on. So it's about 2.5 seconds between Larson and Reddick. Now remember, as I said, Reddick has a long run car here. So I don't doubt that he won't catch up to Larson. But it's difficult for him because pit crew didn't do well. Well, it's a commercial break, guys. So you know what that means. I'm going to pee for Chevy. So I'll be right back.
Did Billy come out to play? Yes!
Toyota. Let's go places. The 3 for me only at Chili's serves up more deliciousness for just $10.99 than you'll find anywhere else. I mean, have y'all seen those fast food prices lately? It's like even they want you to come to Chili's. This Chili's 3 for me is the best $10.99 you can eat.
Super Tuesday on Fox News Channel. Covering every state, every primary, every result, with insight and analysis you won't get anywhere else. Today on Fox News Channel, America is watching. Listen to this twice. All new Friday Night SmackDown at 8/7 Central on Fox.
I was thinking you were there. 2 worlds colliding, and they could never tear us apart.
See, Onboard Explorer lets you easily compare home insurance. Get what you need without overpaying.
Yeah, we spent a lot on this kitchen.
No, yeah, really high-end stuff.
Sorry, that's our ghost.
Yeah, okay.
Some more money than anything.
Too bad there's mold behind the backsplash.
Let's move.
Well then, let's see if we can save you some money with Progressive.
Here's how much I really paid for this fire.
All right, I'm back. And we got 40 laps to go.
Materials and labor.
Just ignore it.
You got that.
Did you see that? Feel that. Let's all take a deep breath. Because once we feel out, there's no looking back. You ready?
I want to thank everybody for down the Air Force Base right across LA, Las Vegas Motor Speedway for the flyover.
Good flyover. That was a cool flyover. Big flex.
So Larson's still ahead by Reddick about 2 seconds. Question is to see if Larson can close that gap on Tyler Reddick. And hold on, is that somebody in the Discord I hear? It's Razor. What's going on, buddy? I can't really hear you on the mic, though. I got my volume turned all the way up. I can hear you, but you're quiet. All right, what are you trying to say? Yeah, I think you need to speak louder, or your mic needs to be closer. All right. Well, I'll see if I can hear you, but so far it's been Larson domination, as he's won both stages, and Reddick has a long run car, but his pit crew has been making mistakes today, and that's what's been costing him this entire race. I mean, this proves to you that NASCAR is a team sport. I just have a feeling I picked Larson in fantasy for me to win points in my competition on the group chat, but I'm just afraid there's going to be a last second caution that's going to turn this entire race around. Yeah, I mean, Blaney, he does have a chance, but I think he only has a chance if a caution comes out. But I mean, he's been the sleeper this race. He's been really quiet, but he's been running top 5, top 10 most of the race. Hocevar. Oh, Corey LaJoy has spun into the wall and the caution is out. So there's the caution I've been talking about. Yeah, I'm using an antenna, so I'm getting like the live feed right away. All right. So, Corey LaJoy spun around. Looks like he got some contact there, I think, looks like Brad Keselowski. It's the second time in 3 weeks that Keselowski has caused an incident. One the Daytona 500 and here today, I believe. So, yeah. Now, the interesting thing is, are we going to have some people stay out or are we going to have some people pit? I believe you have to pit because there's going to be like 30 laps to go. Unless we get caution after caution. Yeah. Some people could get 2 tires as well. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think he got help. I think he just got loose. Yep. He was pretty close to him, but
I just wish my Discord was more louder.
Those little hits like that hurt.
I got this one guy that was on here during the Daytona 500. He's literally Mexican kid on the mic. He was so loud. I had to keep telling him to turn down his TV. I could hear all his background noise. I mean, he's literally Mexican kid on the mic. Yeah. So, yeah. Well, Kozlowski may not have made contact. It looked like LaJoy got loose there, but I mean, it was close.
Like Drainus, Wilson Hastings, Steve up there as well. They're giving you those great pictures. And yes, they are tethered.
Yeah.
Up there on.
So it's going to come down to pit stops. That's going to decide this race once again.
So Larry Mack, you got one set of tires up on the wall, and you got 31 laps to go. What do you do?
But I have a feeling with a caution happening right now, that's going to make the race go crazy.
About 25 to 26 or 7 to go. I just think that's too many laps.
I want to talk about some F1 for a second. So, Max Verstappen won that race, obviously, but it seemed like I heard Ferrari was having brake issues.
The moral of the story is you're confused, Clint. I was right over the 19 minute. Ooh, it's a 19. Well, that's what I'm saying. That would be gambling and staying out or taking just 2 here. Okay. I'm still confused.
Yeah. All right, sorry to interrupt here, but we have some cars pitting. Looks like Reddick is going to pit, and so is Kyle Larson. Not some bad choices here. I'd definitely pit because you got 30 laps to go still. And here we go. Let's see if they can make it through these pit stops. Let's see. Hamlin looked like he only got 2 tires there. And Reddick is away. And Larson got a really good stop there. Larson is ahead. So let's see. Larson took 4 tires, so great pit stop by Hendrick Motorsports once again. As Chastain picked 2 tires, and now he's in second place behind Larson. So it's getting interesting here at the end. And Reddick, of course, lost a couple spots. Obviously, today, Larson's pit crew has made a difference. So as you were saying, Razor? Yeah, that's what I thought too. I was surprised Alpine was really that slow.
How long have I been on here? 12 minutes. Head for the mountains.
Yeah.
Still not confident about which used car to buy? No. Why not ask the most confident?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I saw that. And Bottas had a really bad pit stop. He was like in the pit lane for like 50 seconds.
Let me coach you on this.
It seems like it's good equipment versus bad equipment that race. I think Ferrari would have had put up a bigger fight, but of course those brake issues kept them back.
Shop at the all-new-carfax.com.
All the parts you need at the prices you want. Guaranteed to fit every time.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I think he sees something in their development, and that's why he's going to their 2025.
Reese's or Cadbury. Choose one. I choose both. Celebrate Easter with Reese's and Cadbury.
Yeah. I mean, I hope it works out well for him. Usually, drivers that make it to Ferrari returning have usually do well. Like Vettel, whenever he swapped to Ferrari after going to Red Bull, he won a race at Malaysia, and then he battled with Hamilton for the championship for a couple of years. Yeah, I think it could be possible because I think Hamilton will give that more of an edge to what Ferrari has been needing. Because I feel like Sainz and Leclerc, I mean, it's not usually their faults all the time, but sometimes they do choke in some moments.
This is going to get wild. Yes, sir. They all know that the pay window is getting ready to open. We're going to have 27 laps to go when we take the
Yeah.
flag, and they are going to push and shove, and there's not going to be a lot of getting. Yes, this restart's going to get wild.
He's probably going to drive for either. I think he's going to drive for Mercedes next year and then possibly switch back to Audi or switch to Audi.
Well, you got to do little things right. No matter how fast your car is, Clinton, you got to
All
do
right.
little things right in order to win these races.
Kyle Busch held two fingers out the window and then
Yeah, true. Let's go talk about that. We got 28 laps to go. We're about to get green flag racing once again. The pace car has pulled off pit road. Ross Chastain, Kyle Larson side by side. Chastain on 2 tires, Larson on 4 tires. Here we are. 27 laps to go. The green flag's in the air. So far, an even restart, and Reddick's trying to look to the bottom, and Reddick couldn't get the move done on Larson and Chastain. Larson goes a little bit high up the track as Larson and Chastain are battling side by side for the lead. Larson trying to side draft. Larson goes to the bottom. It looks like Larson's going to take lead, but he can't slide up in front of Chastain as Chastain's going to get the lead back. And still side by side through the tri-oval as Larson and Chastain are racing each other. Hamlin's in the mix now. Hamlin's trying to get to Larson to pass him. As we got a 3-car battle for the lead as we're on the second lap after the restart. Larson's on the bottom. Chastain's on the top. Larson's trying to get past Chastain, but Chastain's holding on with those 2 tires. Oh, yeah, he's been doing really good. I mean, he almost won the Daytona 500, but he just didn't have any room on the final lap there. But Larson has taken the lead back from Chastain, and Larson's in the lead with 25 laps to go. But now the real question is, can Larson open up the gap, or will other people like Reddick and Hamlin catch him? That's been the race today. As who can get by Larson? Who can catch Larson? Who can beat Larson this race? Yeah, it is. I mean, he's dominated and he's led most of the laps. I mean, the other car that had a better chance of beating Larson today was Byron, but he had issues. He had debris go on his grill and like earlier in the race, and that damaged his engine. So he's worked his way back into like the top 20s or so, but he's just stuck there. It seems like. Yeah. So Larson's in the lead ahead of Chastain by a little more than half a second with 23 laps to go as Blaney and Hamlin are battling for 4th and 5th place as Blaney's ahead of Hamlin. I think Larson, as long as Larson doesn't use up his stuff, I think he's going to check out and win this race as long as there's not a caution. Because I feel like if we get a caution closer to the end, restarts are going to be more aggressive, and Larson hasn't really been able to check out as much on the restarts until like a couple of laps later. Yeah, agreed. But also, he only took 2 tires, so he may fall off. As Reddick is now passing Chastain for 2nd place. But they're still side by side. But Reddick has the advantage in the corner right here. And he's going to get past Ross Chastain with 21 laps to go. Now 20 as Larson passes the line. So Larson has opened the gap up to 1 second now. It was half a second a couple laps ago, but Larson is trying to keep that gap as much as he can. Clean air has been a benefit for him throughout the day. Seems like through traffic too, Larson has been well as well because he's been passing cars to get to the front. So it's clear that Larson has the best car here. But I will say it seems like Toyota has been better on the longer run today. So it could be a close race as we get to the end. But it wasn't easy for Larson winning those two stages. Like in stage one, Reddick came up close to passing Larson for the stage win, but he couldn't. And then the second stage, they had a restart, and Larson had to hold off Reddick for that too. So it's going to be between Larson and Reddick. And as I said, the pit crew has been holding back Reddick from winning today. Potentially from not winning today. Yeah. True. See, it looks like Byron is starting to gather it back together now, but it's kind of too late. There's only like 16 laps to go unless we get a caution. Yeah. I think if he had like 20 laps to go, people would still pit. I think what would happen if caution did come out, I think people would pit from behind, but not in the front. So yeah, we got about almost 15 laps to go, as Larson still has a 1 second gap on Tyler Reddick. I mean, the race hasn't been terribly boring, but it's just Larson has been dominating, and that kind of put it as a sleeper. But it's still been a good race with close racing. And I'd say it's been a better race than what it usually is on a mile and a half. Reddick has gained a tenth on Larson, but he's still less than a second behind. But yeah, Chastain is starting to fall back now by only taking 2 tires. I mean, it's aggressive strategy, but those 4 tires are starting to be the benefit here. Yep. Yep. Yeah. Reddick is closing the gap, though. He is more than half a second behind Larson. He is trying to use all the track he can to catch up to Larson. As we got 12 laps to go. Can we have another photo finish, possibly like we did last week? Yeah. I mean, it was straight out of the Cars movie last week. This is scary. Reddick is closing the gap on Larson here. But it seems like Larson is trying to take the line away from Reddick. As Reddick now has lost a couple tenths. So it's basically cat and mouse, as Harvick said in the commentary. As everybody's using different lines to get faster speed around the track with 10 laps to go. And these two drivers, ironically, have a lot of dirt track experience, and they're both 1-2. because they know how to slide the car around whenever there's not much grip left. Reddick is closing it up a little bit because oh my goodness. Bubba Wallace is ahead of Larson like 14 or 15 laps down. He's trying to do team orders here. Oh, never mind. That was Yaley. That was somebody else. That scared me for a second. But yeah, lap traffic did kind of hurt Larson still. Also kind of hurt Reddick too. Oh man, this race is close. But it seems like Reddick is kind of losing a couple of tenths to Larson. But we still got 8 laps to go. He's still got plenty of time to find some grip. But he's going to have to find it in the next couple of laps. Either that or he needs another caution. But he hasn't been as good on restarts. As Truex clears Hamlin for 7th place. Man, I get nervous because I picked Larson for my points in my league, and he just has to hold off Reddick for 6 more laps. As Reddick is using that high line to catch up to Larson with 6 laps to go. There's a lap car ahead of Larson, and he's losing a couple of tenths because of that lap car. And of course, that's Bubba Wallace. I'm for sure it's Bubba Wallace this time. And Bubba Wallace did let Reddick go, but that gave Larson some dirty air, and the gap has closed to about 3 car lengths. As Larson's still in the lead with 5 laps to go. This is the closest that Reddick has been to Larson since the restart. But I'll say this, they cannot make any mistakes for whoever's going to win this race. As Reddick goes back to the high line. 4 laps ago, both the cars go to the apron. Larson's trying to break the draft. Well, I have to say, in these situations, Larson has the most experience. He is pretty good under pressure. But Reddick is still closing. Inch by inch, Reddick is gaining time. But will it be enough? 3 laps to go. Are we going to see another side-by-side finish for the 2nd week in a row? We'll see. As Reddick is closer now with 3 laps to go, right on Kyle Larson's bumper. What can Reddick do? What will Larson do? Larson's going to try to take Reddick's line. Reddick is on the top. Reddick gets a little bit tight. He's behind Larson with 2 laps to go. This is going to be a close finish. It's going to come down to the checkered flag. Reddick gets tight again behind Larson. Larson's trying to take up the lines from Tyler Reddick to win this race. So here we go. 2 laps to go. And now we're coming down to 1 lap to go as Reddick is losing that air right behind Larson. And Larson has opened up the gap to 0.4 seconds. Only Larson can make a mistake here to lose this race. And it looks like Larson is checked out in front of Tyler Reddick. Again, another close finish that came down to the wire for the 3rd week in a row for NASCAR. And out of turn 4, Kyle Larson's going to win again in Las Vegas. What a race. I'll say this, Reddick made it interesting. But it seemed like what happened there, Larson, with that experienced dirt racing background and experience in those pressure situations, was taking the line from Tyler Reddick, and that made a difference in this race today. So, yeah, what a race. And I get my points in pet fantasy, so that's good. I just hope Larson passes his inspection so I get my points. Yeah, I mean, after everything Byron went through today, he still fought back to get a top 10. And I decided to choose William Byron for next week. And he's been good at Phoenix. And I believe since he didn't have as good of a race in Las Vegas, he will bounce back in Phoenix. Larson has been good there, though. But all right, guys, I'm going to end this stream. That was a really interesting race. I'm going to try. I know I failed last week to get a video out of a race recap, but I'm going to try my best to see if I can get one this week. So I'll be working on that. And I'll see you guys next week for Phoenix. See you guys then.